Welcome into the studio. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you're new here, please watch my introduction video first, or you can read the show notes. For today's session, all you need is a Pilates magic ring and somewhere to sit. That could look like an armless chair or a yoga blanket. Go gather your things and we'll get started. All right, let's get started by finding our way to a stance that feels wide enough to be supportive, easy, and comfortable. And then with the outer portions of your feet, just start to push the ground right and left. Your knees can stay straight or your knees can bend. And just notice the movement that happens in your hips, right versus left. Feel free to put your hands there. A little lift in the side that you are leaning on the most, a little drop in the side that you're away from. Maybe let your arms hang and feel the movement of your spine and how your head and your tailbone are moving as you push the ground right versus left. Breathe to smudge out tension, and maybe just feel all of your horizontal structures like your shoulders and your hips and your jaw and your knees and your feet just tilting and gliding side to side, just smudging out tension as you go. All right, make your way to a neutral position, quiet your movement. The first movement in today's session is going to focus on the tops of your shoulders, also known as the delts or the deltoids. Bend your elbows and bring them into a 90-degree angle. And then just float your elbows up until they are parallel to your shoulder and just float them back down again. And this movement should feel easy and free and happy. And if you're feeling any discomfort, skip this move and go to the next. But if this feels good, then you're going to test the next movement, this time with your arms raised like this. You're going to dive your hands forward, rotating your wrists so your knuckles are forward. Maybe tuck your chin and lengthen out the top of your back or the back of your neck. And if that feels good, then pull your elbows back again, rotating through your palms. And then when your elbows try to meet together and back, your elbows straighten out and your knuckles try to touch and back. And maybe you look up to try to bunch up that fascia of your upper back and your neck. And breathe, and if that feels good, let's do at least 2 more of those. Bend your elbows, rotating your palms as you go. Take it up to this first posture here, and then we dive forward. You can round through your back. You can tuck your tail, straighten your knees, kind of creating a cat-like spine. And then when you're ready, pull it back. Pull your elbows back. Let them try to touch together and back. Straighten the elbows. Let your knuckles try to touch together and back. Look up and just feel all that fascia gathering up behind your shoulders, behind your neck. Breathe into your chest. Exhale into your back. And then again, last one, dive it forward. Bring it up to dive it forward. Knuckles together in front. Reach forward. Tuck your chin. Open up your back. Concave through your chest, as if something's kind of pressing your chest backward towards your spine. Inhale into your back and exhale into your chest. And when you're ready, just let your hands drop. Maybe walk the feet out. Give them a little rest. Feel free to sit down for this next part if you wish. But when you're ready, you're just going to bring one of your arms up. So I'm lifting my right arm up to that 90-degree parallel angle again. And then I'm going to drop my head so that my ear and my deltoid try to touch. They're probably not going to touch, but they just aim for each other. And right now, I'm getting a nice, easy, comfortable, gentle stretch through my opposite side neck. And just kind of think how your arm on this side is hanging, and I don't know, it felt pretty good to do just a little bit of a shake with this lower arm and wrist. So what you're doing here is you're just creating a little bit of effort, a little bit of fire in the top of your right shoulder, and maybe pull your shoulder blade back a little. Think about its alignment lining up with your ear and kind of dial it in. Ooh, now I've got a nice fire going. You're going to start to lower your elbow towards your side as you lift your head, and then use your other hand to bring your arm in the rest of the way, But imagine that your right arm wants to float back up. And then just let your head drip to the side. Relax your shoulder blades, relax your chest, and just give a little float with your arm up this way as you pin it to your side. Relax your jaw, especially the jaw on the left. And breathe. And then when you're ready, let go of your arm and allow it to float back up. And then do that about 2 more times. Inhale. And now if you want, if you're standing, you can bump your hips to the right as your head tries to rest on your deltoid. Align your shoulder blade, align your elbow so that it feels like it's lined up with your ear. And then when you're ready, just start to shift your body weight over to the right, and then use your left hand to guide your right elbow back to your side and tilt to the other side. Left hip bump to the left, crown of your head drips to the left, tailbone reaches left. Breathe, and last one. Free your arm so it can float back up, and then start to bump your hips to the right, head to the right, let everything rest on top of that deltoid. Inhale, and then when you're ready, maybe with an exhale, bump your hips and head to the left and pull your arm down to the side. Make sure you don't have any tension inside of your armpit, that all of your effort is coming from the top of your shoulder there. Inhale into your rib cage and make sure your rib cage doesn't feel tense. And when you're ready, just rest, drop your arm, and maybe sway it out. And now as you're swaying side to side, you can definitely feel a difference. But when you're ready, you're just going to go to the other side. So find a stance that's a little more still. Start to float your arm up in a 90-degree bend, parallel with the floor, level with your shoulder. And tilt your head to the left and let your ear try to rest on your deltoid. Hips tilt to the left. Enjoy this little stretch on this dangling arm. Feel free to let it dangle like a pendulum or shake out the wrist a little bit. And maybe dial the ear and the left ear and the left deltoid, dial them in so they feel like they match. And when you're ready, start to tilt your body weight over to the right. Tilt your head and your hips to the right. Guide your left elbow back to your side. And inhale into the top of your shoulder. Exhale. Maybe let your shoulder blade go back a little bit more if you feel like it was forward. Try to get that shoulder blade into a neutral position. Not too far back, not too far forward. Just right. Okay, again, float it back to the left. Let it rest. Inhale into your rib cage. Exhale, ear to shoulder a little more. And then transfer your body weight. Guide your arm down. And this time relax your jaw on the right, like it's going to hang to the right. Oh. And maybe do a yawn. Now everybody in the world who's watching this video is going to yawn right now. Okay, let it come back up. Last one. I enjoyed that one way too much. Sorry about that. Okay, inhale into your rib cage. Exhale, let your shoulder and your earlobe find each other. And then drip it over to the right. Guide your arm back down. Pin it there as it wants to float away. Maybe change the position of your nose to get a different stretch in your neck. Breathe. Make sure your rib cage doesn't have any tension. Your armpit doesn't have any tension. Relax your effort to get rid of unnecessary tension. Okay, a little side to side sway. Everything should feel a little bit more equal now. Okay, so this next movement we're going to target our lateral line, or the latissimus muscle down the sides of your rib cage. So in a standing position, or if you're seated, place your hands on your waistline. That can look like your thumbs kind of dig into that meaty part of your waistline of your low back, or maybe it's your knuckles or thumbs, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And then just start to march in place, nice and slow. And like I said, you can march in place while you're sitting in a chair as well. And if you don't want to pick up your feet all the way, you could just pick up your heels or toe, heel toe, something like that. Just move the feet. And if you're standing or sitting, you can play with different movements of your feet and things will feel different. So you're just giving your lumbar and your QL a little gentle massage right here. And change from thumbs to knuckles, change from knuckles to thumbs, and don't feel like you have to have a ton of pressure. Rest when you're ready, and then if you're not already, find your way to a seated position. My favorite seated position for this is kneeling. So I put a blanket right underneath my shins, kind of on the tops of my feet, and it creates a really nice top of my foot shin massage, with that blanket. And then knees wide. But pay attention for any modifications of seated variations that you can do. Okay, so I'm going to start again with my right arm. So inhale into your rib cage, make it nice and big, and then exhale, pull the back edge of your shoulder blades down and activate your rib cage as if it's a corset. Exhale to kind of tighten up your inner corset and pull the back edge of your armpits down and hold that tension there as you inhale and reach your arm up. Exhale to strengthen the corset. Inhale to allow your arm to lift, but don't get rid of that tension. And then bend your elbow and drop your palm behind your head somewhere, wherever it can reach comfortably. Relax through your bicep. Relax through your chest. Exhale, tighten the fascia around your rib cage with your exhale. Inhale, let your elbow reach up as far up as it can comfortably go. You should be getting a nice comfortable stretch down your back body here. Inhale to let that elbow flow up. Exhale, pull on your corset a little more. Now this elbow wants to stay here. So grab it with your other hand and guide it towards your opposite side knee. So that would be my left knee. Like I said, elbow wants to go there. So give yourself a little bit of resistance and soften the space between your neck and your shoulder on the right, especially your jaw and your ear. Tuck your tail and tuck your chin so that your crown and your tail are both looking at your opposite side knee or your left knee. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale and press into your left fingertips with your right elbow a little better. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale into your left side body. And then when you're ready, use your stretch, use your elbow, press up to an upward position. Okay, we're just going to do that 2 more times on this side. Inhale, reach up with your elbow. Exhale, tighten your inner corset. Guide your elbow to the opposite side knee. Tuck your tail. Tail and crown point at your knee. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale, strengthen the resistance between your elbow and your palm. Inhale into your right side body. Exhale, bring it back up again. Last one. And if you're tired, you can definitely shake it out and get back to it. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to tighten up your corset. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to guide your resisting elbow over to the opposite side. Relax the fascia between your neck and your jaw and your shoulder. If you can't do that, just relax your resistance. Inhale into your shoulder, your neck and shoulder. On the right, exhale, tighten up your corset, pull your shoulder blade down just a little bit more. And then just let your arm drop to the floor, ragdoll to the center, and roll yourself up. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to do a variation for how I'm sitting. You can have your sit bones on your blanket and sitting in lotus pose. So if you're in lotus pose, just make sure for your other side that you switch feet. If you're in lotus pose, then the side that you're going to bend over to, that shin needs to be in front. So my left elbow is going to try to touch my right knee, so my right shin is in front. Okay, so again, inhale into your body, into your torso. Fill it up with air, and then exhale, squeeze all the air out with your inner corset, with the muscles around your rib cage. And I get it nice and tight. And then don't let go of that tension as you inhale again to reach your arm up, lengthen through that pinky finger. And then exhale, pull the back edge of your shoulder blade down. Inhale, bend the elbows so your palm rests somewhere behind your head. Inhale into that elbow, lift it up towards the heavens. Exhale, pull the back edge of your shoulder blade down again. Get a hold of your left elbow with your right hand, and then pull your left elbow over to the right knee. Inhale into your chest. Exhale, pull the back edge of your shoulder blade down. Inhale into your left side body. Exhale, press your elbow into your right hand. Tuck your tail, tuck your chin, and let the crown and the tail look at your right knee. And then inhale, and then exhale, pull the back edge of your shoulder blade down as you sit back up to upright. And you're just going to do 2 more. Inhale, reach up with the elbow. Exhale, pull the back edge of your shoulder blade down. And pull your resisting left elbow over to the right knee. Inhale into your left side body. Pin your sit bone back down to the ground if it has lifted up. Soften the space between your ear and your shoulder, and especially your teeth and your jaw. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, last one, pull it over. Inhale into the left side body. Exhale, press the elbow into the palm a little bit. Soften your resistance if you need to. Soften your resistance if you need to, especially if your jaw is tense. And then when you're ready, rest. Drop your arm, ragdoll back to upright. A few shoulder rolls here, just to feel how everything feels. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have time, please move on to the suggested video at the end of the credits. Like and subscribe, send me a comment or request. And as always, the spirit that's within me honors the spirit that's within you.